The sprawling metropolis of Dallas, Texas is our setting tonight, as seen from above. Welcome, everybody, to another presentation of the NBA Live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Brent Barry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge reporting from the sideline. And now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Ingram.
His effective field goal percentage, a favorite stat of the analytics crowd, has been on the way down over his past 10 games. His game isn't as well-rounded as it needs to be.
And David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame report. David, good evening.
Well, some say Jrue Holiday is the best defender in the league that no one talks about. He said, "I don't need any accolades. I don't like being famous. But for guys to remember how I play defense on them, that respect, that's the only accolade I want. It's fun for me, playing myself to total exhaustion." Kevin?
What a great attitude. He is a monster on defense. David, thank you. Brent, two explosive backcourts. When you were playing, who was the toughest guard that you found to defend?
Well, I would start off with a guy named Allen Iverson. And the reason that I start with that, the reason I start with Kevin is I just saw the back of the jersey all the time, so I remember Iverson clear as day. But if I went deeper, I would tell you guarding the Hall of Famer Mitch Richmond at a time when he was playing for the Sacramento Kings. They would run an offensive set, much like for Reggie Miller, multiple screens by a bunch of guys who were big and strong. That was not good for me to try to fight through those kind of screens. But if you gave Mitch Richmond 8 inches, 2 points.
And Richmond was strong and had bulk to his body.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me, Kevin.
I can see the bruises. Now let's take a look at the starters for New Orleans. Ball and Holiday combine at the guard spots. J.J. Redick is out there with Brandon Ingram. And it's Hayes in at the 5 spot. And for Dallas, inside at the 4 and the 5, Porzingis and Powell. Hardaway is out there with Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3, the small forward. Here's Holiday after Luka Doncic's bucket. Redick surveying the D. And it's Ball in the corner. From outside, off the mark. Last game for the Mavericks, they picked up the W against Minnesota.
Yeah, in that game, I thought they took advantage of some sloppy play, but give them credit. They turned mistakes into points.
Yeah, the last game, it felt like they were just feeding off of what they were doing defensively, forcing a lot of those turnovers, and that helps build your defensive confidence.
And it's good for 2.
Fearless drive from Jrue Holiday straight at the defense with that dribble move.
Doncic against Ball. Passes it to Finney-Smith. Doncic outside. Nailed from three-point land. Doncic has got 5 now.
And he can play the long-range game, the mid-range game. He takes it to the rack. Doncic is a versatile 3-level scorer.
The Pelicans have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Pass to Redick. Five to shoot. Powell with the steal. Here's Finney-Smith and the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly. And last season, the shadow of Anthony Davis's trade request hanging over this Pelicans franchise. A lot to wrestle with.
Yeah, it was an interesting year for the organization with all the news on AD wanting that trade and then nothing happening and then resting him. But I'll tell you what, this wasn't just something where that problem was swept under the rug. The Pelicans decided to just blow that all away. New leadership in the front office, ownership, a revamped roster, the first overall pick in Zion Williamson. The excitement in New Orleans after that trade is on an all-time high.
And they now lead as the free throw drops for him. New Orleans has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Ball, the pass to Redick. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. 6 points for him.
Well, I love how Redick gets it going from distance. Really a tremendous three-point shooter.
At the elbow, Doncic. And a fast break now for the Pelicans. The 10-footer. The shot by Holiday, no good. On the wing, Doncic. Stolen by Ball. They get it again. Hayes, no good.
Well, a lot of players in the league are going to make that shot, and for him, it's pretty much automatic. It's a good defensive effort to prevent the layup.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And, Greg, as many expected, Porzingis getting a huge deal from Dallas to keep him a Mav for a long time.
Mavs feel he can be better. Of their future.
The first free throw is good. And the impact that Porzingis can have on the defensive end, Greg, cannot be overstated.
The reach and leaping ability he has paired with his timing make him a premier rim protector. And what sets him over the top really is that fearlessness. He will challenge anyone and everyone at the rim.
And both free throws good for Porzingis.
Well, problematic or an Achilles heel for a lot of young bigs is consistency from the free throw line. Really hasn't been a problem for Porzingis.
Now here's Redick. 6 points for him. Launches a 3. Porzingis with the rebound. For Dallas, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That is his first foul of the game. Doncic finds Powell. Releases. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult one.
Pass the ball. Now here's Ingram. And Redick now atop the key. Hardaway against Holiday. 6 on the shot clock. 13 feet away. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks.
This has not been a good quarter right here. Shot has been off the mark, and now it looks, Kevin, like he's pressing a bit.
The pass to Hardaway. Redick with the rebound. The Pelicans have gotten just 3 of their first 9 shots to go down in this game. Ball kicks to Redick. Passes to Hayes. Back to Redick. A 3-ball. Powell pulls it in. The Mavericks leading. Finney Smith passes to Hardaway. With the shot. Good on the short little jump shot.
Hardaway out there to score and trying to be more consistent with ways to do so.
Pelicans trail by 4. Ball, the pass to Redick. It's Ingram on the wing. Trying to get something going. And no good. Nice D from Doncic. The Mavericks have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Porzingis kicks to Doncic. From past the arc. Here's Finney Smith, and the layup falls.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
And so it's Ingram who brings up the ball for the New Orleans Pelicans. Their last encounter was in New Orleans.
Yeah, and they got beat last time these two teams met, and really free throws were the story.
Hayes dishes to Holiday. Wide open shot is on the money.
Well, when Jrue Holiday gets involved in the pick and roll sets like that one there, it's very difficult to guard him. He uses his speed and quickness and change of direction and knocks down the shot.
Now here's Doncic. He had 22 points in the win against Minnesota.
Yeah, but all around offensively, the performance was great. He knew when he had it going, but he also knew he could get other guys going. So his passing right up there on the level with his scoring in that one.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
And the more you hear about Jrue Holiday, a magnetic personality. He really connects with his teammates.
It'll be very interesting to watch the growth of Jrue Holiday in that aspect this year, Kevin, with all of the additions of young, unrealized talent. Zion Williamson, Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram. Drew Holiday has got to be much more of a conductor this year, along with keeping his levels of performance elite.
Well, you talk about athletic families. Both of Drew Holiday's parents played Division I college basketball. Two brothers also in the NBA. His sister played at UCLA. Oh, and by the way, his wife is a gold medal winning soccer player. That is tough to beat.
And Drew Holiday, one of the three brothers playing in the NBA at the same time. Ray, how often do you see that?
I mean, we had the Plumleys for a while there, but the Holidays, probably the most notable example. Aaron, Drew, and Justin, a basketball dynasty in one generation.
And so it's New Orleans with it. The Mavericks making the shot. And Hart has it in the corner. No one covering.
Well, an outstanding floor general right there. Holiday has switched between point guard and off guard, and a great feel for when guys are open.
Curry passes to Jackson. Outside for Curry. The shot will not fall. And New Orleans will go the other way with it. Pass the ball. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even.
And how clever is this guy? I mean, just no fear going with the soft, high-arcing floater.
Ball against Wright. Outside Curry. That one doesn't go. Excellent D there from Holiday.
They've been beating them to a lot of those.
Oh, that was huge!
Incredible. And how about the athleticism from Ingram? Really looking to tear the basket apart with these strong dunks.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. Brent, when you look back at all the stars you played against during your career, who was the biggest intimidator?
Well, I think about intimidating players, and the first word that comes to mind is Anthony Mason. I know he wasn't a bona fide star player, but
right.
You know the role that he had for
Yes,
the teams that he played with, and Anthony Mason was a player you did not want to be playing against. During my era, most of the years that I had some successes and minutes on the floor, it was certainly Kevin Garnett. The way that KG approached every game, and you spent many seasons watching him very closely, from year 1 to year 18 or 19, KG came at you every game, every night with the same kind of zest and excitement to compete.
Well put. Here's Porzingis. The Pelicans make their last shot. That's tipped. Here's Wright. Goes back up. And it's good on the layup. Wright's got it all tied up now for the man.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
New Orleans has gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. New Orleans moving it around. Jackson kicks to Hart. Back to Jackson. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Oh, great ball movement there.
The Mavericks have gone an even 50% from the field. They are 7 of 14 for the game. Dallas making a switch here. Brunson's checked in.
Checking in for Mavericks, Jalen Brunson.
Here's Kleba. He's covered by Favors. Curry passes to Brunson. Got a piece of it. Williams scanning the floor. Hart. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
And Wright kicks to Curry. Pass to Kleba. And the shot goes in.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
And here are the Pelicans. They're on a 14-6 run. A side Favors. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Mavericks trail by 4. Right inside. He feeds it to Jackson. And he comes up with the deuce. Jackson's got his second basket.
So far, both teams scorching the nets. You gotta love it.
Yeah, made for TV game here. Pace is great. Scoring is coming in bunches. And both of the teams feeling confident right now.
Now here's Jackson. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. And there's the foul. It's on Jalen Brunson. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul.
And there's the pass to Melly. Jackson in the corner. Just 5 on the clock. Fires from deep. Kleber with the rebound. Dallas has gone 1 or 2 from long range in the first quarter. Here's Brunson. No good. That would have tied it.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there. And that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
And the rejection by Favors.
Yeah, they got that one, but early on, it's really been a struggle for them to secure that defensive backboard.
Here's Hart. Lays it up off the glass. Hart's got 6.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Here's Curry. Nice shot from the wing. New Orleans in the lead. Hart kicks to Jackson. Back to Hart. Jackson in the corner for the 3. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
Brunson the pass to Jackson. And he gets it to go from the high post. 6 points for him. A chance at a 2 for 1 if they want it.
If I'm them, I try it.
Back to Jackson. To the left wing. Here's Hart. The Mavericks pull it in. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Passes it to Brunson. And the rejection by Favors. On the wing, Jackson. Pass to Melly. The 3. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Pelicans lead by 3. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. Kristaps Porzingis grew up in faraway Latvia, but thanks to his brother, developed a passion for the NBA.
My older brother, he was a big fan of NBA always, and he always had pictures of Michael and then Kobe and Shaq, and then we both started watching a lot of NBA highlights. And then later on, 13, 14, Kobe and Powell, I used to watch those guys play a lot.
And Greg, that's something different now for foreign players, isn't it? A lot more exposure to the NBA.
And KP, a fan of the culture. You saw him in cornrows as a kid. I think that helped prepare him for the transition.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And what stands out to you from the Pelicans in this one?
Well, this is the edge that great rim protection can give you.
Yeah, you can't be careless with your shot selection out there because some of them are getting thrown back.
Wright is out there with Jalen Brunson. Then there's Seth Curry. Then there's Jackson. And it's Kleber in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's who Dallas starts the second with. Brent, with offensive rebounding, which players can you count on to create second chance opportunities every game they play?
Well, Giannis in Milwaukee does a pretty good job with his length, grabbing boards and being able to go back in and cause some problems for the defense. Rudy Gobert is always around the rim, both defensively and offensively. DeAndre Jordan did that for years. So it'll be interesting to see if he can continue that role down there to be a putback and a stick-back guy.
Now here's Favors. Tries again. And another shot. And it's good on the way in. Favors has got his second bucket.
Well, he seems to be in the right place at the right time more often than anybody that's on the court here tonight. We see that pay off.
And Okafor with the block. And DeLon Wright gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Luka Doncic, he's checked in for the Mavericks.
Luka Doncic.
Hart kicks to Moore. New Orleans moving the ball around. Pass to Hart. Back to Jackson. Poked loose, out of bounds. Dallas takes possession. With a break in the action, let's now look at the league's top scorers. The real stats, the real scores from the real NBA. Third is Luka Doncic.
And his contribution to his team offensively cannot be understated. He is always leading the way for them with his ability to put up points.
Now here's Brunson. He had 16 points in the win against Minnesota.
And I'll bet his percentage is pretty high from that range.
Here's Jackson. There's the pass to Hart. Back to Jackson. It's deflected. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, there is a lot of optimism in Dallas for the tandem of Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis. Porzingis said, "We clicked right away. We're both European players, similar roots, both speak Spanish. That'll translate on the court. We can be something special." Kevin, look out for them to compliment and criticize one another in a different tongue.
If they play to their potential, they could be scary. Thanks, David. The shot, no good. Now Dallas takes it the other way. They host the Kings after this game. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand. Here's Kleba. He's covered by Favors. Here's Jackson. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Yeah, the defender all over.
The Mavericks have shot 67% from the line tonight, going 4-6. And that one falls, and that puts them up by 1 point. A different look for Dallas. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Maxi Kleba. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Jalen Brunson. And then for New Orleans, Brandon Ingram, he's checked in for Favors. Redick comes in for Josh Hart. And it's Drew Holiday in for Jackson. Jackson hits both of them. And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for New Orleans. Moore outside. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter.
Well, it's one thing to play good defense, but then to alter the shot and get the rebound, that's a good day's work.
Powell, and the dunk by Powell.
So many different offenses that Tim Hardaway Jr. has played in, but he's trying to improve in his on-court awareness. A good show of it there.
Pelicans trail by 4. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Holiday, the pass to Okafor. Kicks to Redick. Back to Okafor. 6 to shoot. More in the corner. Will it go? Sinks the three-pointer.
Each one more doesn't get a lot of open touches, but when he does, he's got to be prepared to shoot. So lets that one go quickly.
And Doncic, here we go. In the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
The Pelicans have gone only 2 of 7 from the field since the second quarter got underway. Pass to Redick. The dish now to Ingram. He kicks it to Okafor. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Was shot by Redick, no good.
Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing's just a little bit off on that one.
Creative at finding ways to just cut inside there. Doncic, a guy you must keep your eyes on.
For New Orleans, their last game a loss to Phoenix.
And as Dirk Nowitzki walks off into the sunset, the Mavericks seem to have found their next European superstar in Luka Doncic. The number 3 pick in last year's draft had a rookie season for the ages. All the officials are all over that one.
And Doncic, the EuroLeague MVP, led Real Madrid to a title. EuroLeague Finals MVP, all at the tender age of 19.
Incredibly accomplished. Despite that, slipped a little bit in the draft into the waiting arms of the Mavs, who moved up 2 spots to get him.
And one of the major pieces of the Anthony Davis trade, Brandon Ingram. Brent figures to be a big piece for this Pelicans team.
There's so much talk about Brandon Ingram and potential unrealized, and maybe some stability around this new organization with head coach Alvin Gentry is going to bring out the best in Brandon Ingram.
Now, here's Doncic. 9 points in the game so far. The 3 from Porzingis. Dallas keeping it alive. A fresh 14. And Doncic gets it to go.
D has been just completely helpless and turned around. He's so dangerous when he's in this kind of rhythm.
Pelicans trail by 5. Ball with it. His last outing with 20 points. Inside. Here's Holiday. It's rebounded by Dallas. Doncic has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Hardaway kicks to Porzingis. To the inside. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. You look at Dallas, 3rd best record here in the early going. And checking out New Orleans, 9.5 games behind.
You know, right now, Dallas, they've already become a team you have to stand up and pay attention to. Don't sleep on these guys. They're a dangerous squad.
Well, the reason I think, Greg, they're dangerous is the fact that they're playing with just a ton of confidence right now. And the more wins that they can pile up now, the more cohesive they're going to be.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans. Brent, as the season goes on, and here we are about halfway through, are players' roles still evolving?
Not the starters at this point, Kevin. They're pretty much
They
set.
are what they are.
They are set in their ways, and they're set in the minutes that they're going to be playing. But what the coaches are trying to find are unique combinations that might have to be on the floor because circumstances from the other team are dictating so. So which are my lineups that I can have out there that defensively I'm going to shut down great guard play? Which of the lineups do I have to have out there in order for us to have enhanced shooting ability for a stretch of minutes? Which ones are going to speed my team up to put pressure on the opposition? I think that's where it is that coaches are trying to do a little bit of tweaking.
And a moment here to check out the numbers for Porzingis. Averaging about 16 points, 9 rebounds, then just over 2 blocks. And he's been a rock in the middle for them over that stretch of games. Dominating the glass is his trademark.
I feel like those rebounds are wearing down and eroding the opponent. His effort right now, physically and mentally, has been good.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Hardaway dishes to Powell. Doncic against Ball. Shot clock reset for Dallas. Goes up again, and Doncic gets it to go. Doncic has got the lead up to 7 now for the Mavs.
Seemed to be laying in the weeds there in the first quarter, but now we're seeing him come out, put all the cards on the table, and ramp it up.
Now here's Redick. 26 points for him last game against Phoenix.
And made a big mark at the free throw line as well. He got himself to the strike a lot and cashed in when he had his chances.
Here's Okafor, and they convert it last on attempt number 3.
Hard work on the offensive glass. You can see the coaching staff rise up and clap for that effort.
Doncic passes to Hardaway. Up top, Doncic. He's covered by Ball. Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play. So Doncic will go to the free throw line. Lonzo Ball picks one up. Greg, you look at the young Luka Doncic. What impresses you the most right now about his game?
Well, Kevin, you just don't see many players his height who can handle and make step-back threes. Also, his confidence. He came into the league never doubting that he could dominate a game, and don't forget about his brilliance as a passer.
Doncic, no good on the free throw.
And possesses such a refined feel for the game. Doncic knows he has what it takes to be a great player in this league.
Dallas leading by 5. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Lonzo Ball picks one up.
And perimeter shooting never more valuable. And that's been J.J. Redick's M.O. all along. An elite marksman who can hit from anywhere.
And in today's game, if you don't have floor spacing, your offense is going to struggle.
They call it gravity, the ability of outside shooters to attract defensive attention. Redick, one of those you don't leave for a moment.
Well, free throw is good from Doncic.
Well, his body control is phenomenal, and his ability to get to the line has always been impressive. That's a huge part of his game.
Now here is Holiday. 23 points for him the last game against Phoenix.
And I felt like his offense fed right into his D. He caused a bunch of turnovers. There was just no let-up in him all night.
Now Doncic after J.J. Redick's three-pointer that didn't go. Clock at 6. Here's Porzingis. That one misses. 3 shots all come up empty. And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the Pelicans. They trail by 7. New Orleans moving the ball around. Ingram outside. Takes a 3. It's rebounded by Doncic. Dallas leading by 7. Here's Curry. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got 3 assists in the game. Outside Holiday. Now here's Ball. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line. So it'll be Lonzo Ball shooting. Tim Hardaway picks one up.
Well, a new start for Lonzo Ball, part of that massive Anthony Davis trade over the summer. And for Lonzo, things not working out in L.A. I wonder if being away from everything that L.A. offers up is going to allow Lonzo to focus back in both on playing and on making sure his body is ready for the rigors of an 82-game season.
And that one misses. And with the Pelicans, Ball can be quite dangerous in an Alvin Gentry offense.
Yeah, this up-tempo style that Alvin likes to play, a lot of it borrowed from the 7 seconds or less offense of Mike D'Antoni, is going to be very exciting. They could be a league pass team as Lonzo Ball loves to advance it with the pass, finding players like Ingram, Holiday, and of course Zion Williamson on the break could lead to some exciting basketball in the Bayou.
Brent, a few players now host podcasts, participate with those elements, with those vehicles during the season. Thoughts on that?
I think it's great. I think it's fantastic for our fan base and for our players to have an outlet, to have conversations and share a little bit more about their personality. It grows them as people, I think, Kevin, especially I've listened to J.J. Redick many times over, and you learn something new, not only about players, but about their interests and how they're spending time. And I think if you were a young player, let's say you were a high school senior and you're a college player and you're listening to some of the things that guys are talking about in their experiences, I think it's invaluable for what it is that you don't know exists around a player in the NBA, and for you to start having considerations about how difficult the task is, how mentally taxing. So these things are great outlets for the players.
And so here is New Orleans following the score by Dallas. 11 feet away, and it's New Orleans scoring again.
Yeah, I'm looking over at the coaching staff, smiles on their face. That's what they want. Holiday very skilled at getting to that spot and hitting a J.
Here's Finney Smith. He's got 6. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. Finney Smith's got the lead up to 10 now for the Mavs. Ball gets to Holiday. And here is Ball. Over Porzingis. Ball no good.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Over to the left wing. Now here's Wright. Defense is right there. On the clock. From deep. It's rebounded by Hayes. Hayes has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Williams. It's hauled in by Porzingis. Porzingis has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Curry. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Hayes has got 7 rebounds in the game. Williams finds Ball. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Williams. Ball's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Pelicans. And the Mavericks call time here. Some changes. Jackson, he's checked in for Porzingis. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Seth Curry. New Orleans also making some changes. Derek Favors checked in for Hayes. Josh Hart comes in for Drew Holiday. And it's Jackson in for Ball. Dallas, no good that time either. Pelicans trail by 8. Left side Jackson. Pass to Melly. Down low. Here's Hart. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Hart's got 8.
And despite the hot start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
Brunson the pass to Wright. Back to Brunson. He tries for 3. The shot is good. It's his 2nd bucket in 5 tries.
Really good job there. That's the definition of the inside-out game.
56 seconds left in the first half. Jackson kicks to Hart. Now Jackson. He's got 5. Melly passes to Williams. To the paint. Here's Favors. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
Pelicans shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game. And that one falls for Favors.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
Second free throw, no good.
And they continue to control the glass.
We've got 33 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Kleba, rebounded by Hart. Pelicans trail by 8. To the middle, stolen away.
And really the smart thing would be to hold for the last shot.
Every second right now is valuable to you. That should be their strategy.
The Mavericks have been shooting right around 75% of the line, 9 of 12 so far.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
First one falls for him. And so he hits both. Outside Jackson. With 4 seconds on the clock, he hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Jackson's got 7 points in the game. He got it up. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. It's been all about Luka Doncic for Dallas. Between his points and his rebounds, he was a star for him in that quarter. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Alvin Gentry. Coach, what have you liked so far from your team, and what have you not liked?
Well, I like the pace of the game. Defensively, I don't like anything that we're doing as far as dribble penetration. Too many things are happening in the lane. We got to protect the basket a little better.
Thanks for your time, Coach. Back to you.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and the Jet, Kenny Smith. Let's get to it. Luka Doncic has been the story in this one. He ended up with 17 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists. The first 2 quarters went very well for him. Shaq, what's your take on Dallas?
Straight out of Slovenia, Luka Doncic already exceeding expectations. Tremendous awareness and skill, just enough athleticism. Worked his magic again in the first half. This kid is incredible.
Kenny, let's get your opinion on New Orleans.
Percentage-wise, they were in the low 30s. That's right, low 30s from beyond the arc. That won't get it done. Every team in the league now relies on some level of consistent production from the three-point line. But if you dug yourself a hole and you aren't a three-point shooting team, that needs to change.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
And you want these kind of nights where you can start to see those openings before they happen.
Mavericks leading by 8. On the floor for Alvin Gentry as we get into the second half. Ball and Holiday combine at the guard spots. He's out there with Brandon Ingram. And it's Redick in at the 3 spot.
Now you can see the defense is so shifted over to where Kristaps Porzingis is that they lose track of the situation. and he burns them with the pass.
And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for New Orleans. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Powell, no one around him, trains it from beyond the arc. Powell's got the lead up to 13 now for the Mavs. The Pelicans shooting at 46%, making some buckets. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, tampering is a touchy subject, but it's a word we're hearing more often. Teams want to retain their star players, but they know that there's always talk during a season. Now, teams can only express interest in a player when he hits free agency. Players can talk amongst each other freely all season. Star players like LeBron James are tied into their front offices. And some people wonder if there's much of a difference between what the player says and what his team is thinking. Kevin?
Good point, David. Thank you. Now, here's Redick following the miss by Porzingis. Shot is good, and the Mavericks lead is cut down to 10 on the bucket from Drew Holiday. Ball against Doncic. And here's Porzingis for a three. It's rebounded by Hayes. Hayes has got rebound number 8 now on the night. And Redick kicks the ball. Here's Redick. He's got 8. Shot clock at 6. Now here's Hayes. Guarded by Powell. No good from outside.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off. And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed? He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
Ball, the pass to Redick. And here is Ingram for 3. It's rebounded by Dallas. Doncic has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. And another name included in that Anthony Davis trade, Brandon Ingram. Still a lot to like about his game.
Pairs up well with what the Pelicans are trying to do. Perhaps the biggest asset coming over to New Orleans could flourish in this system. Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And Holiday kicks the ball. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Here's Holiday at the tip, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Well, a missed box out and an easy tip in, but it's because of the activity as the ball is going up, Kevin, finding yourself in the right spot, just using some effort.
Doncic trying to get open. Finney-Smith can't get it to go. Pelicans trail by 12. Lobs it up there for Ingram. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Porzingis against Ball. Porzingis passes to Finney-Smith. Back to Porzingis. And he banks in the layup. And the Mavericks lead by 14.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
And the Pelicans with possession here. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Hardaway against Holiday. He dishes it to Hayes. Shot clock at 5. The three-pointer no good.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Doncic, 2 points. That one goes.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
This will be his 4th shot at the line in this one.
And the free throw line was a problem spot for him in their last game. Really struggled up there.
Curry's checked in for the Mavericks. Okafor's checked in for the Pelicans. Etuan Moore comes in for Ball. Here's Holiday. He's got 11. Moore outside. Back to Holiday. And the wide open shot from Redick. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. And that's now 11 points for J.J. Redick. Right side, Porzingis nails the 16-footer.
Yeah, I don't think you have to tell Porzingis twice to take shots like that. Once the ball's in his hands, he's looking to the rim.
Holiday with it. With an average of around 19.5 points a game, his scoring has been a constant for them. Redick passes to Okafor. Kicks it to Holiday. Shoots over Curry. The shot by Holiday, no good.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Okafor with the steal. Ingram against Porzingis. And the whistle blows as the basket counts and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
And how about the deceptive strength of Ingram, just willing his shots in over the defense.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
And, you know, guys, he had a big game at the free throw line in their last outing.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Powell. And it's Justin Jackson in for Hardaway.
What's up?
And that one falls for Ingram.
And Ingram, the former Blue Devil, an extraordinary player who only promises to get better.
Doncic kicks to Porzingis. Back to Doncic. Outside Curry. 6 on the shot clock. Over Moore. And it's Dallas with another.
And yeah, he's not messing around. He wants no part of a comeback in this one.
Well, he's grabbed the tee and a blanket because he's putting this one to bed.
Now here's Moore. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. It's Ingram on the wing. Puts one up from 19. Jump shot is good that time. Ingram's got 9.
And Ingram hits these mid-range jumpers in his sleep. The defense can't allow him to get going from there.
Doncic passes to Kleber. Knocked away. And it's out of bounds to the Mavericks as Dallas retains possession. Let's quickly now take a peek at the league leaders in blocks. Porzingis 4th.
There aren't going to be many nights when you don't see him affect the game with his shot-blocking ability.
And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Holiday. A moment to check out who the New Orleans Pelicans have coming up. On Monday, they'll be playing against Blake Griffin and the Detroit Pistons. Then on Wednesday, they'll be matching up against Eric Bledsoe and the Milwaukee Bucks.
And if I'm this team, I'm looking at this as a barometer to see how we stack up against some of the top teams in the league. They'll have to be at their best, but if they come out of this with some success, I think it'll build momentum for the rest of the run.
If you told me this was the kind of game he was going to have, I would not have expected them to be in front right now.
Moore outside. Another one falls for New Orleans.
Moore just recognizing he had a little more space, if you will, Kevin.
Doncic against Holiday. Jackson dishes to Doncic. Pass to Kleber. 6 to shoot. Over Okafor. Kleber with the bucket. Kleber's got his second basket of the game.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Pelicans trail by 13. Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over.
And they're allowing too many points in the paint. Coach is going to let them hear about it.
Yeah, coach knows that. They know that. In the timeout, they're going to hear about it, make the adjustment.
some changes here for the Mavericks. Marjanovic checked in for Porzingis. Lee comes in for Jackson. And it's Wright in for Luka Doncic. A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Derek Favors checked in for Ingram. Kenrich Williams comes in for J.J. Redick. Josh Hart, he's checked in for Ejuan Moore. And it's Jackson in for Drew Holiday.
Solid distribution from Lee, reading the court well and getting the pass over.
Here's Hart. 8 points for him. Outside Jackson. Williams against Curry. Now here's Williams. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Clock at 4. They get a hand on it. Curry with the steal. And right, here we go. And the layup is good. And the Mavericks lead by 18.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
Here's Hart. The Mavericks making the shot. And the pass to Okafor. Down low. Hart, no good. Dallas leading by 18. Lee finds Wright. Lets it go with the 3. Drains the three-pointer. Wright's got 10.
Yeah, letting it rip. They're just having fun right now.
Yeah, some of these nights you got to enjoy yourself. Not too much at the expense of the other team, but right now this team is balling.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
And doesn't like how things are going right now.
The timeout before the timeout here, maybe just to cut off the momentum and have a chit-chat with the team to settle down.
For Wright, his last 10 games, he's getting around 8 points a game, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. We know that he can come up with the occasional big play, but his overall numbers haven't been impressive.
There is a bit of a feeling they're all looking to him to step up, and they know he's capable of doing it right now, just not getting it done.
And the Mavericks call time here. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for New Orleans. Passes it to Williams. Outside Jackson. Clock at 6. Here's Hart, covered by Lee. And again, no good by New Orleans.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Now here's Lee. A 21-point lead, the biggest in the game. Curry kicks to Lee. Over Williams. No good from Lee. New Orleans gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. Jackson misses.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
Well, the other team is scorching hot, and they come down on this end and can't find a way to get the embers going.
And it's Wright missing. Pelicans trail by 21. Here's Hart. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. And it's Lee penetrating, and the layup's good off the glass. Lee's got his first points in this one.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Well, for New Orleans, shooting just 33% in the second half so far. They need to look at more high-quality shots. Now a timeout called by New Orleans. Finney Smith's checked in for the Mavericks. Jalen Brunson comes in for Courtney Lee. And a change for the Pelicans. Ball's checked in. To stop the drought. New Orleans moving the ball around. Here's Melly. Lays it up and banks it in. 1:39 left in the third.
And the EuroLeague's top scorer last season, Nicolo Melli, had turned down some NBA offers in the past, decides to make the leap to join the Pelicans, and gives them a highly skilled player in that front court.
Pelicans trail by 21. And here is Ball. 6 points for him. Pass to Melli. Feeds it to Ball. 6 to shoot. Count it. Good. Ball's got 8 points.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you'd think his team would have the lead.
Curry finds Wright. Now Brunson. Curry on the wing. Over Williams. Curry can't get it to go. The Pelicans shooting well. They're at 45%. Here's Hart. He's got 8. Here's Williams. And the shot goes in.
Yeah, love the job they're doing here of getting into the teeth of that defense.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And Wright kicks to Finney Smith. Pass to Brunson. Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession. Here's Ball. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. It's Dallas leading by 17. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. On the court for the Mavericks, Jalen Brunson out there with Wright. Then there's Hardaway, and it's Kleba in at the center, filling out the middle. Here's Hart, just 5 to shoot. Here's Ball. It's rebounded by Dallas. Finney Smith's got 6 rebounds here tonight. And he bangs it home with one hand.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Well, just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it.
Now the pass to Hart. Fires at the elbow. Favors can't get it to go. Mavericks leading by 19. And right, here we go. Banked in off the glass.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
It's tough to get a unified feel on who the league MVP is. Which element, when you're looking at the MVP, matters most to you?
If we talk about that, Kevin, I always think about the MVP ends up being the guy that helps you get 6 to 8 unexpected wins. That's who I look to. So in this past season, what it was that Giannis did, not only with Coach Budenholzer coming in to Milwaukee, the stylistic change that they went through, and then the shouldered responsibility of Giannis to be the initiator to that much change in one season. That's why last year I feel like he was the most valuable player in the league. Even though eye-popping numbers were coming out of Houston, again with James Harden, I go back to Giannis and that massive amount of change and him being the guy that shouldered it all.
That's a great answer. And it's off the back rim, no good. And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for Dallas. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
The Pelicans have gotten off to a rough start in the fourth quarter, going 0 for 4 so far. Shot to stop the run, and Favors finishes it off.
Textbook bounce pass there, perfectly timed.
For Dallas, they've gone a perfect 4 of 4 to start the final quarter. Can't ask for anything more than that. Passes to Brunson. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Here's Wright. That one's not going to go. Now New Orleans will take it the other way. Here's Hart, guarded by Wright. High, arcing shot. Hayes, no good. Dallas has gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots, 6 of 13. Pass to Finney-Smith. Hayes with the steal. Ball feeling it out a bit. The Mavericks pull it in, and that one's good by Favors.
And he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
Dallas calls timeout. Last year, the average salary for a starting point guard, Brent, in the NBA, was the highest among all positions. Why would that be?
Well, with the way the game has changed, Kevin, there's certainly an emphasis on being able to find guys who are initiating offense, scoring the basketball, shooting three-pointers, and you're seeing a big shift in salaries between point guards and bigs. That's where the biggest disparity is. Centers in the league are getting less and less of an opportunity to have the extended big money contracts because the game has moved to the perimeter, and if you're a big that cannot play on the perimeter, there's not a lot of teams that are willing to invest a significant amount of their cap space into the center position. They want guards and wings who can play out there and do the damage for them.
And Dallas going with the whole new group out there. And then for New Orleans, Brandon Ingram, he's checked in for Favors. Redick comes in for Williams. And it's Drew Holiday in for Josh Hart. Now, here's Doncic. And here's Porzingis for a three. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got his 5th assist in this one. Outside, Redick. Back to Ball. New Orleans moving the ball around. Ingram passes the ball. The Mavericks pull it in. Doncic has got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Porzingis inside. He's covered by Ingram. Sinks it. And the shot from Porzingis.
Could come down to selection. Bad shots in the first half. Here in the second, using his head, finding some more efficient opportunities to score.
Now, here's Ball. Ingram kicks to Hayes. Back to Ingram. And it's Hayes in the corner. Offline with his three.
Maybe there are ways to contribute that don't involve shooting the basketball. That's the best way that maybe he can help them out in trying to win this game.
Changing ends quickly. He's rewarded with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
And it's the Pelicans with the ball. The Mavericks making the shot. Ball, the pass to Holiday. Brent, when a team hires a new coach, what tends to be the feelings of the players in that locker room, knowing there's a new voice in it?
If you are a veteran player, you have the opportunity, more than likely, Kevin, to call 5 or 6 resources that know who that coach is. because most of the time coaches that are getting hired have previous NBA experience. If you're a younger player, you're looking at what it is that's being written and said about that coach to try to evaluate how it is that you're going to fit in. The biggest responsibility, Kevin, is that new coach trying to get as many of those players into the facility or at a meeting or at a dinner to have them understand from day one, as soon as possible, what it is that they're about, what it is he's expecting from them, and how it is he's going to go about them. Then all the other things about guesswork, those go away.
Right, all about communication.
That communication, and communication as quick as you possibly can, that's an important factor.
Yes. He hits one and misses one, each at the line.
Such a terrific two-way guy. Drew Holiday isn't just an offensive powerhouse. He loves to play defense. I mean, loves it.
Okay.
That free throw good from Doncic. Both free throws good from Doncic. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Pelicans. Moore passes to Okafor. Porzingis against Ingram. Over Porzingis, and it's Ingram missing. Here are the Mavericks now. They're on an 18-5 run. It's Jackson with the drive. Doncic against Jackson. Doncic kicks to Jackson. Doncic right side. Over Jackson. And Doncic gets it to go. Doncic has got 11 in the second half.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
Now here's Ingram. The offensive rebound. Okafor gets the bucket. Now Doncic carrying the load for the team offensively.
He is a handful, always dangerous, and he's greedy for buckets.
And that one is good. Porzingis has got 7 points for the quarter.
And what a turnaround from the first half. I mean, he's been incredible here in the second half.
New Orleans has gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Jackson against Moore. On the wing, Jackson. Dishes to Okafor. Moore outside. Tipped away. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pelicans will retain possession. A different look for Dallas. Marjanovic checked in for Porzingis. Lee comes in for Justin Jackson. And Barea subbed in for Seth Curry. And here are the Pelicans now. No good from Moore. Marjanovic with it. Lee finds Doncic. And Courtney Lee gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Moore against Lee. Shot from 12. Rejected by Marjanovic. Here's Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
And it just seems when Doncic turns it on, it's a sight to see. Incredible at scoring in a variety of ways.
And the Pelicans shooting around 41% on the night. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And Boban Marjanovic picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Brett, we have seen some international showcase games the last few years. Do you like that trend?
Oh, absolutely. I like the fact that our league, we know how global it is with how many players from different countries are represented throughout the rosters around the league. But for our game to travel around to London and to Mexico City and have an opportunity for those fans to see what NBA basketball is like, I think it's an absolute win for the NBA.
I'd like to see more, actually.
Well, more time for those teams. The timing of some of those trips for some teams are a little bit tough in terms of the travel, but their appearances there mean so much more to grow the game globally. No way he's going to pass that shot up. The D is way too far back and relaxed in getting out on him.
Three-pointer, and Doncic gets it to go. Doncic has got 9 points in the quarter.
He's played a huge role in this game to this point, but it looks like he just wants more. He wants to make sure that this lead holds up.
New Orleans moving the ball around. Pass to Okafor. The rebound by Marjanovic.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
Now, here's Doncic. Lee. Open jump shot off the mark.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yeah, that happens. Important thing is for players, just don't beat yourself up and make a miss like that cost you another play.
Here's Doncic. And he uses the glass on the layup. Doncic has got 18 points now here in the second half.
Pretty easy right now. Clear out, give him some space, let him get to work.
New Orleans has gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 three-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Now here's Jackson. Here's Moore. And again, New Orleans has no luck.
And guys, you've heard of overpassing. Well, that shot was an example of underpassing.
Maybe they can find a way to establish some rhythm in the next few possessions with the extra pass.
That's his first personal foul.
A lot of missing stats from the 60s and 70s, but if we could go back and look at those actual numbers, any players you think would really be catching our eye in terms of, wow, I didn't know that guy was that good, or he's better than I thought he was.
Well, don't we always look at the incredible, mind-boggling numbers of Wilt Chamberlain
yes,
and think, what was that guy doing?
Yeah.
And we don't even have half of it.
No.
So Wilt Chamberlain comes to mind first. What I think about Kevin when that question comes up is how many great players through the 70s and also really through the 80s, because the three-point line wasn't accentuated enough, missed the opportunity to be even greater scorers. I mean, Jerry West with a three-point line.
Can you imagine that?
You got to be kidding me. So there's a lot of gap of those players, too, that also because of changes in rules and because the three-point line wasn't in, that we would be talking about in terms of nostalgia and their accomplishments with a much different voice.
Even someone as recent as Jordan, with the rules the way they are now.
Absolutely.
Unbelievable.
With the openness of the floor and what Michael could do, as if he wanted to prove he could do more.
Exactly. Kleber's gotten 3 of his 4 shots to fall, hitting 75%. Right against Jackson. Trying to end the drought. Kleber with the rebound. Kleber's got his 4th rebound in this one. Doncic right side. Three-pointer. It's good from long range. Doncic has got 41.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Mavericks.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And for the year now, they'll be tallying their 16th win.
And once they polish off this win, they'll be one more victory away from sweeping the season series.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Luka Doncic.
It looked like a couple times they might be wearing him down, but not the case. At the offensive end, he was just devastating.
There's 47 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Shot clock at 6. Here's Wright. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
This arena was rocking throughout the night. You could really feel the energy.
Yeah, huge motivation, always great for a young team, but veteran players also appreciate when fans come with that kind of energy and get into the spirit of the game.
Here's Alexander Walker. The Mavericks making the shot. Outside Williams. And the rejection by Marjanovic. Okafor gets the bucket. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Well, for the Mavericks, they can just run out the clock. Doncic outside. Poked away. Williams attacking. And it's Williams finishing it off.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
And the gamble paying off.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. KP, you guys got out on a break tonight. How did you get into transition so easily?
Yeah, we want to play faster, and that's what we try to do whenever they miss. We try to run, move the ball quick, and get easy buckets.
And you were able to beat him down the floor tonight, KP. Thanks a lot for your time. Kevin, back to you.
David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. So for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and the whole 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. And we'll see you next time.